First here live at 11 o'clock on the WHAS11 night team, there is the Derby City tonight, right on the mighty Ohio River. We've had a rainy night across Kentuckiana, but now we've got a break. Severe weather is possible again, though, later this Derby week. Got sort of the Derby colors on the skyscrapers tonight. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt, WHAS11 meteorologist. Matt Breland is in for Mallory tonight and looking ahead to tomorrow. And Matt, anything that we need to be concerned about overnight and tomorrow?
Overnight, we're looking good. I would say that we are done with our severe weather threat as we head throughout the rest of our overnight hours. How you're seeing the city at the moment with just a few of those small lingering clouds is what we can expect as we head throughout the next upcoming hours. Our morning is going to be a bit different, though. We're still expecting a cloudy return along with some more spotty showers that will be traveling in from the south. Now, you'll notice on satellite and radar, as I mentioned, we're back to being in a quiet weather pattern after a bit of that stormy setup throughout the evening time. Those storms are now weakening further towards our east, and we're left behind with mostly cloudy skies. As we turn further on into the nighttime hours, there still is just that small risk that we could see just a few weak thunderstorms here and there, but otherwise I'm still expecting us to stay on the quiet side for most of the region. The next 12 hours are going to include mostly calm conditions. We've got temperatures ranging in the 60s. As we head into those morning hours, we're keeping an eye out for a few isolated showers early in the morning between 6 and 8 a.m. And then we're going to trend into a bit of a dry pattern, and then later on into the afternoon, we're tracking another secondary round of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, way more scattered in nature than what we saw today. We're going to have a full breakdown all about those details, including a full look at what you can expect for Oaks and Derby Day coming up here in just a few short minutes.
The ribbon cutting tonight, a new hotel opening in downtown Louisville. That's right, folks, just a few days before the Kentucky Derby. And you can bet they are booking those Derby guests already. The multi-million-dollar project is spearheaded by a Louisville native. WHAS11 night team's Alex Dieter and photojournalist Levi Hammer are joining us live right now outside the hotel, which is at 2nd and Market Streets downtown. And Alex, you checked in on those Derby bookings. Are they already getting takers?
So, Doug, already 80% of the rooms at Hotel Bourbon have been booked for the upcoming Derby weekend from Thursday through Sunday. And this property, located on West Market Street here in downtown Louisville, is just a quarter mile down from the KFC Yum Center. And it was bought back in 2020. So the opening that we saw today has been years in the making.
Louisville's newest hotel. Through the doors of Hotel Bourbon. A celebration of one of the biggest projects downtown has seen in years.
Welcome to Hotel Bourbon, and cheers.
The man behind it all, Louisville native, St. X grad, and founder of developing company Zio, Nick Camposano.
And Louisville, like I said, has unlimited potential.
At the corners of 2nd and Market Streets, a hard-to-miss statue representing Louisville's culture, fittingly in the front yard of a hotel opening during Louisville's biggest week.
I mean, Derby is a surge like the Super Bowl. It's, unlike anything you can be prepared for, even if you've been open for 5 years. We knew it was a natural deadline.
The new hotel has 168 rooms. 80% of those are already booked for the 151st Derby weekend.
This is the 20th year in a row that I've entertained for Kentucky Derby. And now we have a new place where we can invite our friends.
Camposano's company is no stranger to downtown and the nearby Nulu neighborhood.
Nulu is an unbelievable place. When I look at Nulu, I think of East Downtown.
Camposano has been working on 525 high-end rentals and condos on East Market Street, known as Nulu Crossing, a $250 million project that was first announced in 2021, but is still sitting undeveloped.
We are supposed to start within the next 60 days.
He's also the developer behind the gateway to Nulu, saying his development in Nulu in downtown isn't over.
It's a 2-decade plan. I'm about 7 years into it, and I think the next 3 years will be super exciting, and then the 10 after that should be spectacular. Our target for downtown is 10,000 new residents.
Gaining support of Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg, the former CEO of the 21C Museum Hotels chain.
This is a great reflection of who we are and where we are headed right here in downtown and throughout the entire city.
Zio also plans to demolish the former abortion clinic located right across the street from the new hotel to build a 27-story tower. While businesses like Humana and Fifth Third Bank have moved out of their downtown skyscrapers, Campesano plans to add another to the downtown skyline.
And here, right across the street from the new hotel, is the former abortion clinic. And you can see behind me that Zio is sprawled on the building, which has been painted black. Zio bought the company, or bought the building, back in November. And right now, there is no timeline of when work will begin on the building and the demolition. Live in downtown Louisville, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Interesting tour. Thank you very much, Alex. Now we want to talk about tomorrow's great Steamboat race. We have some breaking news on the race just into the night team. The Belle of Louisville is out. It will not be racing in the great Steamboat race. It's been scratched. Moments ago, we've learned after an inspection, it was discovered that the Belle of Louisville has a leak in an internal bulkhead. Kentucky Derby Festival says the ship won't be able to carry enough fuel to make the race possible. So it's tying into the fuel line there. But the show will go on. The Belle's sister vessel, the Mary M. Miller, will take her place tomorrow. First Thunder over Louisville, and now the Belle of Louisville's out, but the race is continuing. Weather is not stopping people from enjoying Derby Week at Churchill Downs. Ponchos were a much-needed accessory today at the track. Keep in mind, you cannot take umbrellas inside the track. They will take them from you. Bring those ponchos. Tourists arriving for the Derby are more often taking our bridges and landing in southern Indiana. Southern Indiana Tourism says hotels are already either sold out or right on the edge of it. WHAS 11 Night Team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Emma Gefter spoke with Hoosiers about how they're winning financially.
Tourism is starting to pick up in the Derby City, but across the Ohio River, the economic impact can be felt in Clark and Floyd counties.
It's Derby Week. It's like the Black Friday for the hospitality industry on both sides of the river. Great opportunity to show off and welcome folks in from out of town, and they usually leave a lot of money.
That's income the owner of Widow's Walk Ice Creamery on Clarksville's riverfront, Jill Dodson, is depending on.
The tourism over here is just off the charts. It's really great.
The ice cream shop recently went from this construction site to smooth pavement. Dodson says they're welcoming tourists with both views and sweet treats.
It has definitely been a breath of fresh air since everything we went through last year, and then with Thunder being canceled, that was that was kind of our, this is going to make up for last year, and then that happened, and so it took us a little longer to kind of get back on our feet than we had planned, but we're there.
Jim Epperson with Southern Indiana Tourism says Hoosiers tend to approve of the economic impact visitors bring. He shared this data from a poll taken last year and in 2021, showing locals continue to grow in favor of tourism near their home.
That pride about where they live, what we have, was evident, and I think the pride of the entire area definitely comes out during Derby Week.
It's also a profitable time for the owners of Him and Her Boutique in New Albany, a shop offering Derby fashion on both sides of the river.
Because of the Kentucky Derby, it's a second Christmas season for us. So it really is like the first Christmas of the year.
The Wallaces say sales-wise, this is by far the best Derby season for them, with revenue surpassing last year's historic event.
I think that our success really does play into the fact that we started here in New Albany in Southern Indiana, that is why we've been able to make such a splash, because this community has supported us in such a good way.
The largest race in Kentucky has no boundaries when it comes to local economic prosperity. In Southern Indiana, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
Well, Southern Indiana Tourism also looked into how much money each visitor brings in and how many jobs they support as well. In 2023, they estimated an average of $550 are spent and over 7,000 jobs are supported with the economic spinoff for the Derby. Now, economic uncertainty has some people pausing their Derby plans, but over the river in Southern Indiana, they are a cheaper option for tourists. Airbnb hosts are seeing the benefit with this. Jackie McGraw with Airbnb says when someone visits, they spend at least $200 a day, mostly going right back into the local economy. And because Louisville got stricter with their short-term rentals recently, Jeffersonville is now taking advantage. McGraw says Jeffersonville saw a big uptick compared to Derby weekend in 2023.
Cities like Jeffersonville really stand to benefit from the surge of visitors that are coming for the Derby, especially when, Airbnb guests are looking at the map and they see how close Jeffersonville is to Churchill Downs. They just see that there's some great options there and it's very close to the Derby. So I think that's very appealing.
McGraw told us Jeffersonville does have limitations on short-term rentals, but it is easier for hosts to list their homes just for the Derby weekend. JCTC celebrating a different kind of signing day today. Instead of sports contracts, high school students signed professional contracts on JCTC's Carrollton campus. The students are entering the Future 42 program, which helps them work through school with a professional job ready for them when they're finished. Think engineering, welding, and technical jobs like LG&E. For Trimble County high school student Janessa Craig, she knew a typical four-year university was not for her.
I chose Future 42 because I grew up on a farm. I've always been active with equipment and hands-on work, and I feel like this program best fits the line of work that I really want to go into.
This event celebrating high schoolers wraps up Community College Month for JCTC.